Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, in a dark room, with your heart pounding because of a strange dream? A dream that feels like someone was whispering something to you, but you cannot quite remember. Only that trembling feeling remains, along with a question echoing in your mind. Should I tell someone about this dream? Ibn Arabi, the great Sufi mystic, once said, "There are dreams that are secrets between the soul and God. To reveal them is to betray your own heart." What many people do not know is that every dream carries a sacred language, a whisper of the soul, a sign from the deep realm where consciousness meets eternity. But just like a small flame, if you blow it out too soon, its light will vanish. In the next 30 minutes, we will step into the space between dreaming and waking, the place where Ibn Arabi left behind an ancient teaching. There are 7 types of dreams that must never be revealed. Because when you speak them out loud, you do not only lose the dream itself, you lose the blessing that came with it. Ibn Arabi once said, "Every dream is a mirror of the soul. When we fall asleep, the body rests, but the soul begins to move, crossing the invisible boundary between the material world and the world of light. In that place, time is no longer linear. Every image holds meaning, and every symbol is the language through which God speaks to the human heart. A dream is not an illusion. It is a subtle record of the soul reflecting what we think, what we feel, and even what we are too afraid to face. When you dream of water, it means your emotions are rising. When you dream of light, it is a sign that your spirit is awakening. And when you dream of being lost, sometimes it is your soul calling you to return. A dream is a mirror, but not everyone is calm enough to see their reflection clearly. If your heart is full of noise, the mirror becomes clouded. If you tell your dream to someone who does not understand, they will see something different, turning a sacred message into a casual rumor. That is why Ibn Arabi taught, only a pure soul can understand the language of dreams. The unawakened will see only shapes, not the light behind them. Dreams are not meant to be told, they are meant to be contemplated. Because sometimes a single dream can change the path you walk if you know how to listen with your heart. So now, before we go any deeper, let your mind grow quiet. Feel your breath, feel your heartbeat, and open your awareness, because soon you will enter the 7 doors of dreaming that Ibn Arabi called the 7 mirrors of the soul. Each door holds a secret, a reminder, and a test. Walk gently from here on. We are no longer dreamers, but listeners to the voice of our own souls. When you close your eyes and drift into sleep, your soul begins its own journey. Some dreams do not come from memory or daytime emotions, but from a faraway place where light and shadow touch. Ibn Arabi called these the sacred letters of God sent to those who know how to listen. Sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night with a strange feeling, both calm and trembling. The images from your dream remain bright in your mind as if they were carved in light. That is a dream sent by God, a message, a sign, a challenge. Not everyone receives it. It is a trust from the higher realm. If you tell it, the energy dissolves, like a gentle breath that extinguishes a burning candle. Ibn Arabi said, "A dream is a trust given to the dreamer. To share it carelessly is to betray that trust. So keep it within you. Let its light guide you from the inside, instead of fading away in someone else's ears." And sometimes you dream of the sea, vast, deep, reflecting the sky within your heart. A calm sea means your heart is at peace. A stormy sea means your soul is restless. Water is the language of emotion, the mirror of the soul. Ibn Arabi once wrote, "The sea is your soul. When these waves rise, it means your heart is not yet still." If you tell that dream to others, they will only see the surface of the water, they will not understand its depth. But if you keep silent, you will begin to hear the sound of your own waves. Each wave is a part of your heart not yet calm. And when you see it clearly, your journey back to stillness begins. There are also nights when you do not see anything, only a sound, a voice, a single phrase, a soft calling from afar. You wake up and your heart is still vibrating, as if that sound is still alive inside you. That is a rare dream, a dream in which you hear the voice of the divine. Ibn Arabi called it the sound of destiny, the words of God, meant for your soul alone. That sound cannot be retold. When you turn it into words, its energy fades like sacred water poured out of its vessel. It is still water, but it no longer carries the power of life. That sound is the spring meant for the desert within you. Keep it. Do not try to explain it. Do not turn it. Turn it into a story only if your heart tells you to. Otherwise, stay silent and be grateful, because you have been called by the language of the soul. There are dreams filled with images of animals, a snake, a bird, a lion, or a strange creature you have never seen before. In the Sufi world, these are not omens or mysterious warnings, but mirrors of the self. Each animal represents an instinct within you, the snake wisdom and awareness, but also the challenge of pride. The bird, the soul's longing for freedom, sometimes trapped in its own cage. The lion's spiritual strength, but if it attacks you, it means the ego is rising. Ibn Arabi said, to see a wild beast is not as frightening as seeing yourself in its form. Such a dream is not meant to be told. It is meant to be reflected upon. When you share it, others may feel fear or judgment, and you will lose the chance to listen to your own heart. Let that dream teach you to tame the beast within, not through power, but through compassion and wisdom. Some dreams are stranger still face that keeps returning, a person who reappears again and again, or a familiar scene you thought you had forgotten. Each time it happens, do not think of it as coincidence. It is the soul's invitation asking you to open the door within. That person may not truly be themselves. They could be a symbol of a part of you, a wound not yet healed, a memory not yet released, or a lesson not yet learned. Ibn Arabi called this the threshold of the inner journey. Each time the image returns, it is an opportunity to go deeper. If you tell it, you give away your spiritual key. They will not understand, and the energy within you will change direction. Keep it, and ask yourself, why has this person returned? What are they showing me that I have not dared to see? Once you find the answer, the dream will disappear because the door has opened. And then, there are nights when you dream of death, a grave, a white light, or even yourself lying down and dissolving into nothingness. Many people fear it. But Ibn Arabi said, a dream of the grave is a call from the truth. Death in a dream is not an ending, it is an awakening. When you dream of dying, you are witnessing the release of an old part of yourself, a part that has fulfilled its purpose. Your soul is preparing to move to a higher realm. The fearful see it as an end. The awakened know it as a beginning. In that moment, when light floods the dream, all boundaries fade away. You do not die, you are being born again, in the form of awareness. Let that dream live in silence. Do not tell it. Live differently. For it is God's invitation calling you back to your true self. There are dreams that are secrets between the soul and God. To reveal them is to betray your own heart. These 7 kinds of dreams, each one is a mirror, a lesson, a reminder. They come not to be told, but to be understood. Not to be shown, but to be kept in silence. For only in silence can the soul hear its own true voice. When the journey of dreams ends, what remains is not the image, but the feeling. A quiet stillness in your heart, as if your soul has just returned from a long voyage. Ibn Arabi said, every dream is a closed book of the heart. To read it, the heart must be pure. A dream is a mirror of the soul, and like every mirror, it reflects truth only when its surface is free of dust. If within us there is jealousy, anger, greed, or desire, the reflection becomes distorted and the dream turns chaotic. It is not because God hides the truth, but because our hearts are not yet still enough to understand His language. Whenever you dream, do not rush to find meaning outside yourself. Look inward. If your dream frightens you, ask, where does this fear live within me? If your dream brings joy, ask, what is this joy trying to teach me? And if your dream leaves you silent, stay within that silence, for that silence itself is the doorway to truth. Dreams are not meant to predict the future. They come to purify the present. They are not signs of fortune or omens of fate, but mirrors showing how you are truly living. Each dream is a fragment of your soul, reflecting the light or the shadow you nurture during the day. If you live in gratitude, your dreams will be gentle. If you live in love, your dreams will be radiant. But if you live in greed, resentment, or deceit, your dreams will become a maze. Your soul will wander without finding its way home. Ibn Arabi taught, you cannot understand your dream until you understand your life. So if you want your dreams to become clear, begin by purifying your heart. Speak truthfully. Live honestly. Eat with mindfulness. Love with sincerity. Every act of kindness during the day is a drop of water cleansing the mirror of your mind. And at night, when you fall asleep, your dreams will shine as clearly as the moon upon the lake. Dreams, after all, are lessons that help you live more awake when you open your eyes. If you understand this, you will realize dreaming and waking are just two breaths of the same soul. When you live rightly, your dreams will be bright. And when your dreams are bright, your life will become as pure as those dreams. In the end, we come to understand that every dream is not just a piece of the night, but a small light illuminating the deepest part of the soul. These 7 kinds of dreams are like 7 lamps, quietly burning in silence. They do not come to be told, shown, or explained. They come to remind you that there is something sacred within whispering only to you. Ibn Arabi said, when you wish to know what your dream means, look at how you are living, for the dream is the truest mirror of the soul. If you tell your dream, you lose its sacredness. But if you live with it, you keep the flame within. Let each day of your life become a beautiful dream unfolding in wakefulness. Let every breath be a prayer, every gaze a gesture of gratitude, every sleep a journey back to yourself. One day, you will understand. You do not need to dream to see the light. The light has always been within you. You only need to live truthfully, live quietly, live sincerely, and the entire world inside you will begin to shine. Do not tell your dreams. Live in such a way that each day you no longer need to dream to see the light. If you wish to go deeper into the world of dreams, of the soul, and of light, stay for the next journey, where Ibn Arabi speaks about destiny and the light within the heart. Because sometimes the light you keep searching for in the sky has always been quietly shining from within you.